and welcome to the Rainbow Umbrella, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything under the rainbow. This month we are back again with a couple of drag divas. We have Ann Arkii from Ōtepoti, Dunedin. Hello.
Hi.
And Alexis Stoned from Ōtautahi, Christchurch. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome. Ann has been here a couple of times before, but welcome to your first time on the Rainbow Umbrella, Alexis.
Thank you.
It's amazing to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me here.
Anytime. So this month we just wanted to have a little bit of a kōrero about the drag scene in general and also what it means and what it is like to be trans in the drag community. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. So is there anywhere we want to start?
Maybe let's talk about drag in general in New Zealand, shall we? Yeah.
Yes, we've had a lot of familiarity with the Ōtepoti scene.
Yes.
How is that different from Ōtautahi?
Well, the Christchurch scene for sure. I was saying the other day, there's a lot more drag kings than queens.
Ah, okay.
Yes. And there's not that many opportunities that we have over in Christchurch that you guys have here.
Okay.
And yeah, like I was saying, it's more a king scene over there than a queen scene. There's like probably a handful of queens and there's like a big bunch of drag king alternative performers in that style, yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting. Mm-hmm. A professional question. How are the kings received in Ōtautahi?
Oh, they are loved. Especially Tony Chestnut. He's one of the most iconic ones of them all.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Excellent. It's interesting to note that between Christchurch and Dunedin, cities that on the surface could be seen very similar, like not as much as Dunedin and Wellington, but very similar, but there's kind of almost an opposite in terms of the people that are performing.
No, 100%, yes. No, you guys over here have a more variety cast of performers, yes, no. But yeah, over there, there's a lot of queens, but they do one show, then they disappear. There's a lot. We have a show over in Christchurch that happens once a year called One for the Babes. Mm-hmm. That's hosted by Jack Swallows. And there's some performers that come and do it, and then sadly they just, because again, there's not that many opportunities. Like you guys have fresh meat that is now becoming fruit salad.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, like we don't have those opportunities for new performers in Christchurch, and just not as many drag opportunities, shows and venues to do in Christchurch to express drag, yeah. But it's starting to grow more and more this year for sure, yeah.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Do you think it has something to do with the venues available? I mean, in Dunedin we have yours, we have Inch Bar, and they're so supportive of the community. Does Christchurch have anywhere like that?
Yeah, no, for sure. We've got the classic A Rolling Stone, Androgyny Theatre, I think it's called. We have a few little venues now that help out, but yeah, it's slowly starting to pick up, yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's very nice to hear. My next road trip might be to Christchurch then after Wellington.
Yes, hopefully there's a show on around then.
Hopefully, yes. So, in terms of being trans in the drag community, for both of you, were you out before you started drag, or did you come out whilst in drag?
Yeah, I was out before I started drag. Mm-hmm. And I guess for me, I needed to be at a certain point in my transition to male before I felt comfortable going back and dressing up extremely femininely again. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like I was a few years into my transition and I was like, wow, like I miss like wearing a cute little outfit and putting on makeup. Like I love makeup. I always have. And like day to day, it just doesn't feel very good on my face anymore. Like it's like, oh, it makes me look too feminine and I don't really like that. But I still love putting it on in the right context. And so like having drag for me to like still dress up all cutesy and feminine, but I'm still read as a man while I'm dressed up like that. It has been great. It's also made me realize for a lot of people, like gender is very contextual. Mm-hmm. And so, they see this huge, glamorous, out of this world woman and they're like, okay, yeah, like that's a man because I'm used to drag queens being men.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very interesting point actually because, drag queen.
Yeah.
Like I'm very conscious of using drag artist because I know that it's no longer just queens. There's
there's kings
the spectrum
and things
is
and everything and anything and
absolutely
clowns and
princes, jesters, like
jesters, gremlins.
Yeah.
I call myself like a drag performer or artist more than queen because of that stereotype. A drag queen is a male impersonating a female. I'm just a female being a female, honey. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel more comfortable using that. So yeah, I totally see that perspective. Yeah.
And when I asked that question before, you also nodded as
Yes,
well, Alexis. So
I
you were.
transitioned before I started drag because I always have been a super fan of Drag Race. Of course, that's where my love of drag came from. And yeah, when I transitioned, I was like, oh, well, I can't be a drag queen. Like at that time when I was transitioning, I didn't know that there was trans women out there performing, doing all this type of stuff. And then, yeah, we saw Sasha Colby. She ate that season up. And I was like, if she could do it, I can do it. And then the same as, like, so I was saying before, I waited a little bit as well until I was comfortable in my transition, who I was, to feel comfortable to go on stage and, I guess, make myself more exaggerated than I usually would do the glamorous makeup. And yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's beautiful that, you've both got opportunities to explore those sides of your personalities, but you can kind of do whatever you want. It's like, if I'm not going to do drag, I'm going to be this person today, or I'm going to be this person, and having all of these opportunities, I think it's amazing. And for only just starting to dip my toe in drag, like David Bones, I would describe as a drag monster.
I love
like,
that.
He's just kind of the monster part of me that maybe can't let out every day, but he has feelings and they need out.
Yeah, no, Alexis Stoned, I like to say she is the femininity I like to claim in my childhood I never got to as much. I've always been a feminine person, but it's just like living out my childhood that I never got to, like all the dress ups and all the things, I just didn't really get to do. Just living it now.
Yeah. I love that.
So
It kind
Alexis,
of leads into my next question. I was going to ask, how does your personality, like your individual personality, impact the way that you do your drag, or impact the persona that you put on when you're doing your drag?
That's a good question.
It's for me, it's absolutely informed all of Anne, of who she is, because she's like a reflection of me. She's like looking in a mirror to a strange parallel universe where I'm a strange little cartoon woman, So like a lot of the themes and motifs that I like in real life, I've applied to her, like I'm very heavily involved with the punk and metal and goth music scenes locally, and I take a lot of fashion inspiration from those areas. So of course with Anne, like she gets to wear all the like cute little feminine like punky outfits and like gorgeous goth looks and stuff like that. She's absolutely a way for me to express my politics through an art form and help spread the message and get things out there, because I feel like I definitely have. People have told me that I have changed their perspectives and where they align themselves on the political spectrum. Because it's like, wow, like here's this really cool drag queen who's like, hey, working a 9-to-5 job sucks.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely who I am as a person has absolutely informed who the drag persona is as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I would say the same here. Alexis Stoned is just like an exaggerated version of who I am already as a person that I just sometimes just don't feel as confident, I guess, to do without all the glamour and the big hair and nails and glamorous outfit and all that, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. She's a little bit extra sass and diva-ness that I just wouldn't do day to day. Yeah.
Yeah. She's you, but with slightly more admin.
Yes, for sure. That's a better way to put it.
No, I was just thinking that you both said that you had transitioned before you started doing drag. How do you think that transitioning beforehand has influenced the drag artists that you are? Because obviously, whilst transitioning, whilst figuring out who you wanted to be, how you wanted to present, that's obviously kind of a metamorphosis, right? So if you had have pre-transitioned started doing drag, do you think that would be different to post-transition drag? Does that question make sense?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've thought about this. I feel like if I started drag before I transitioned, I might have never transitioned.
Okay.
I might have used that as my safety blanket, being like, okay, well, I can just be myself when I do drag instead of having to deal with all this. Because obviously, as a trans woman, I don't choose the transition to who I am. So I don't choose to get all this hate and all this stuff coming at me. So it's like, I could have chose the safe route, I guess, and kept it to myself. But obviously, I'm loud and proud. I think I would have maybe not have came out. But you never know. That's just what I think would have happened. But you never know, yeah.
I don't think I would have started calling it drag until I transitioned.
Okay.
Especially because I do a very feminine character most of the time. You know, I look back and I think, like, even just a lot of the outfits that I wore to school on a day-to-day basis in high school, like putting up my hair real big and putting on big makeup and wearing a real nice dress, like I was doing drag most days of high school. I was putting on this character. I was presenting like a character that was not actually me every single day for years. And even when I did start experimenting more with like true dress-up drag, like cosplaying and like I think I talked about this on the last episode I was on, dressing up as Columbia from the Rocky Horror Picture Show and going to see Rocky Horror. I look back on like that night now, I look at the pictures, I'm like, that was absolutely drag. Like that was baby Ann. There's even a hint of what my mug is today and how I did my Columbia makeup.
Wow.
But you know, at the time when I put on that outfit and I went out, I didn't think of that as drag. Even though like I knew that I was a man at that point, I wasn't like out to anybody. So it was just like, well, here's this, you know, girl dressed up as Columbia. That's not like drag. But once I started to actually live my truth, then I was like, well, okay, like now I can do drag, I guess. But that's just me.
No, I respect that.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And when you were talking before, I immediately thought, you know, something that Mama Ru says, we're all born naked and the rest is drag,
literally,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I never hated dressing up feminine every day for school. I like dressing up like that, and that's why I do drag now, you know? But looking back on it, being able to contextualize it as drag is like almost a comfort to me. You know, like I had to put on this character, but at least I got to have fun with it and I got to do it in a way that I enjoyed. Like even on my prom day, because I lived in Canada, so I had prom and I had a prom dress. When I was like getting into my prom outfit and doing my hair and doing my makeup, I was like, I'm in drag. I feel like a drag queen.
I love that.
No, I love
It,
that
like,
too.
but yeah, I do remember like on my prom day, I was like, wow, I feel like a drag queen. And so I got to look back and be like, no, I was at prom in drag.
Yeah.
Like I was living the fantasy, mama. Like, come on, you know. So drag for me has been like a huge comfort for coming into myself as a very androgynous man, you know, somebody who's very feminine and very masculine at the same time, finding these ways to indulge in my queer masculinity and queer femininity through things like drag has just been, it's been so amazing. And I'm so glad that there's art forms like this on this planet that can help people like feel good about themselves.
What do you notice as the biggest differences between Canada and Aotearoa in terms of like being comfortable going out in your drag or, you know, just being who you are?
I don't know. I feel like they're both, well, it depends on the part of Canada. Depends on the part of Canada because I lived in Alberta and I also lived in British Columbia. And Alberta it's very conservative. It's very scary. There came a point in my second to last year of high school where I went to my mom and I was like, Mom, we need to move back to BC or I'm going to kill myself. Like, that's just how bad the attitudes were in Alberta. You know, I was so deep in the closet. I was so depressed. I was so not having a good time. And that, with the combination of the fact that we live like 40 minutes away from my school, because we lived rurally and I was doing French immersion. So it would be like a 20-minute drive into the city to go to my bus stop. And then I'd be like waiting at a friend's house for like an hour until the bus came and picked us up. And then it was like a 40-minute bus ride still. So I'm getting up at like 5 a.m. So it's this insanely long day that I'm going through every single day on top of like just being severely depressed. And it came to a point where I was like, Mom, Dad, like we got to move back to BC or I'm not going to finish high school. And so then we moved back to BC. And it was a lot better there. It was so much more accepting and fun and free. And even though I still didn't come out of the closet at that point, I didn't feel as in danger or as suffocated as I was feeling in Alberta. And I think back and I think I probably could have safely, easily, happily come out as trans like once we were back in BC. But because of the attitudes back in Alberta, it took me a long time to actually recover from that and get through that. So, like, as good as BC was, like, Alberta was just so traumatizing that even once I got out of there, I didn't feel safe for ages.
Oh, wow.
And then it kind of took, like, moving back here to Aotearoa for my brain to have, like, a full proper reset. But also, like, moving out of my parents' house helped a lot with that as well. But That's a whole other story. But
That's-
yeah,
yeah.
like it totally depends on the part of Canada. Some parts of Canada have been absolutely amazing and other parts have not been so amazing.
And I'm sure the same could be said about Aotearoa. I've
100%. Yeah.
travelled to see drag shows in other parts, but I have never been in drag to other parts of the country. So where I'm going to see the drag is happening, so that's a safe space for drag. I've never been a part of anything that could be potentially considered otherwise.
And also something I've realized, because I do travel a lot to perform, like different cities and drag scenes have different there's always like, how do I say this, like a style that city like evolves around, if that makes sense. Like Dunedin is your very alternative. A lot of you guys, like you described your drag very monstrous, and like we got Ann and we got Deliria, you guys do all spooky stuff.
Club Kid Cabaret.
Yeah, that's a bit like
Yeah.
Club Kid Cabaret stuff. And Christchurch, we've got like I think the best way to put Christchurch drag is a mix of classic drag, burlesque,
Okay.
all in between, just that. I think Auckland is your I like to call it like your American drag type, but not as obviously American, but like, because it's Auckland, but a lot of polished and high
Yeah.
performers live up there, so yeah, that's the best way I can put it. But I've realized it's different styles around New Zealand for sure. More polished, I feel, up in the North Island than I guess our South Island girls, I guess that's the best way to put it. Yeah.
I wonder if that's the Auckland big city expectation. It's like
100%.
you can't be a little bit filthy. You've got to be polished.
That was the way I was trying to word it.
Yeah.
It's because it's a big city. It has to be polished and precise. Yeah.
Especially if you want to get anywhere. And blah, 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 blah.
100%. Yeah.
It's like down here, we're like, yeah, anyone should and can come and do drag. Most of us are very
Like you tell me all the time.
messy looking, like. And I include myself when I say that, like, none of us are super 100% polished. Because, like,
100%.
I feel like we don't care about being so super perfect polished down here. I really try to emphasize this with the scene. Like, let's just have fun and do drag.
No,
Let's not worry
100%.
about looking, like, 100% perfect. Like, just do good drag and have fun.
Oh, that's it. I mean, I know my makeup needs
Yeah.
work, but I'm having fun learning.
Yeah.
I'm having fun practicing. It started me sitting watching you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to play.
And you don't get good at something without doing the thing.
Right.
And especially with drag, if we were like denying people the opportunity, then how is their drag supposed to get good?
Exactly.
If you're gonna roast somebody who's like relatively new or they haven't had many gigs for their drag being bad, give them a fucking gig so that they can
preach
get good.
preach
Yeah.
it.
And you can sit at home and practice your makeup and get it good. And, there's joy from that,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But then that's totally different to having this beat face and then getting up
Yeah.
on stage and be like, oh, I've never been in front of a
Yeah.
crowd
Yeah,
before.
no,
What do I do now?
100%.
Yeah.
And like hanging out with the drag scene as well is how you improve a lot of aspects of your drag just by being around people
Just
and asking
networking.
questions. Yeah. And people will just also share little tips sometimes when they see you doing something. They're like, oh, by the way, you can do it this way. And it's like, oh.
And that's definitely something that I've noticed about the Ōtepoti community. It is a big family. Everyone looks out for each other.
Yeah,
and
that's why I
it's
call you
beautiful.
guys my cousins from down south.
Damn safe.
It's just so much love when they come down here. Just not even from the drag scene, but just the community that come and watch and support it. They just they love the art form that we do and they just appreciate it. It's just like, oh yes, makes it worth all doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And is that level of acceptance universal in Aotearoa?
Yes, no, for sure. Like I
Cool.
said, every city they've always got their the regulars, I guess. They've got the regular performers that like people are super fans of and like obsessed with and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Nice. Have you ever, either of you, encountered anything close to like drag puritanism in terms of a drag queen is a man dressing as a woman? Is that sort of thing in
Not-
Aotearoa?
Not like in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree
No.
on that. Not in real life that I can think of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've like stumbled across silly arguments like that online, but then I
Yeah.
remind myself, this is the internet. I can put my phone down and walk away.
Yeah.
I can go outside to my real life drag scene and spend time there where nobody actually gives a fuck about how we're doing drag.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that. I'm glad that it is just you can pretend it doesn't
Yeah.
exist because the internet is
Like, yeah,
fake
sure,
anyway.
drag has its roots in
Fully.
cross-dressing, but it's not just cross-dressing anymore.
It's so much more than
Yeah.
that, yeah. And if you stick with the whole, this is the way we've always done it argument, nothing is ever going to change,
feel like-
and
No,
you miss
yeah.
out on so much.
I think the essence of drag is like it's gender performance. Mm-hmm. And but that gender performance can be anything. It could be performing as the opposite gender, as the gender you are. It could be making commentary on the lack of gender or on, like, fluidity across gender. But like what I want to see is like how are you working a gendered aspect into your drag? That and like that's the drag thing. Be it doesn't have to. You don't have to cross dress if that's not your thing. Just do a commentary. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Like, people have asked me about binding. I'm like, no, David Bones has tits. Like,
Yeah, it's
it's
fine.
fine.
It's literally fine. Who cares?
Yeah, it actually doesn't matter. Also, the admin of that. I can't be bothered with that right now.
Yeah, no, like I don't always wear pads for drag. As kerosene doesn't talk.
Yeah, I've just recently invested in some breastplates, so that's now going to become my new thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, now I've got to get some bigger. I want to create, because like I've been doing drag for a year and a half now, but low-key I will say I've only just gotten really good at it now, low-key, if that makes sense, because I've finally gotten comfortable performing on the stage, knowing what my performance style is and all this, but I'm still growing as a performer and trying to figure out what Alexis' personality is and her hosting style, this and that and that. Yeah.
But that's part of the fun of it, right?
It is,
you get to
honestly.
learn while you're doing something you love.
Yeah, like when I first started, I was like, because I'm a dancer out of drag, so I was like, that's my thing. I'm gonna be the R&B baddie dancing diva. But now I was saying before we got here, I've started to realize I prefer like doing a bit of a disco number with a little song. I can whip my hair, do a death drop, something,
Yeah.
shake the tatas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize, oh, maybe there is a different. I'm not trying to just explore the box, not put myself in this like have to be six on legs and just pussy all the time. I can be funny, but then also have sexiness at the same time. Just put it together.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things I liked about watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and when they did like the variety show things, like sure you'd get a couple of the competitors doing a similar sort of thing, like in their own unique way, but the variety of stuff is like you don't have to have a theatre background, you don't have to be a dancer, you don't have to be XYZ, you just get out there and do your thing.
It helps to have those things. It
Sure,
helps.
I
You don't
mean,
need it.
you don't need
Yeah.
it. Particularly for, having the confidence to get on stage. Like, I have a dance background, but it was
Period.
back when I was a kid. Like, it had been a hot minute since I got on stage. And my first show, I was shitting myself. I was like, oh my God. But then you get up there and that doesn't matter anymore. And every time you do it, it gets better. And if you've got that background where you're so used to being on stage, it's like, okay, well, what else can I work with? I can,
100%.
practice different makeup. I can, start sewing costumes if sewing is in your background. You've got a foundation no matter what it is where the skills are transferable, right?
Yeah, no, when I first did my first ever performance in drag, I was kind of like confident. I was like, I've already performed on stage. I do this all the time. I'm a dancer. Boom, boom, boom. But then like I hit the stage, I like blacked out. I just like, when I watched the video now, I wasn't even lip syncing. I was relying on my dance skills, just flipping myself around the stage. And it was a competition. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna win this shit. I ate it up. I slayed the house down, bitch. And then I like didn't win because obviously didn't know my words. Mouth wasn't moving. It was a lip sync competition. And I was like, rigged. This is so rigged. But just getting the critiques back, being like, you need to move the lips while you do all that extravagant stuff. And then just grew from there, yeah.
And that's, like, especially in this kind of environment, constructive criticism, it's not pure criticism. It's like, actually, you've got something here. Maybe try this next time and it might elevate it. And particularly having that from your peers as well. If someone's been doing it for ages and they give you a tip, don't take it as like, oh, you fucked up or this is shit. It's like, actually, you were fine, but maybe try this or maybe try this.
Yeah, when I first started, I was really like bad at getting critiqued. I would be like, yeah, sure. And then like now I'm like realizing, no, they're not being negative. Like you see, they're just my peers trying to support me and help me grow as a person, as a performer. And now I'm just like, all the time I will go out to people after the show being like, was I good? Is there something you think I could do better? Like this Saturday when we're doing the show, it was my first time hosting. I literally asked every single one being like, was I good? Was there anything different I could do? This, that? And I was like, okay, period, I'll do that next time, yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I was the same. I was like, was it okay? Was it okay? Yeah. I mean, it's like that the first time you do anything.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Can you remember your first performance, Anne?
Properly in drag. Yeah, I do. And so it was Unique coming to yours, the venue, to put on like a talent show thing. And they wanted somebody like from the venue to perform in it as well. So like all the cooperators asked me, because they're like, well, you're the theater gay. I'm like, all right, fine. And so I had to think, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll do drag for it, because I've always wanted to actually do drag. So here's like a chance to get on a stage and do it. And so I just put on the skirt that I had in my closet, teased up my hair, used what little makeup I had to put on the face, relied on my theater skills, did a lip sync to one of my go-to karaoke songs, and just had fun. Just focused on having fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I'd done theater for years, so it was really nice to be able to return to the stage.
Felt a bit like a homecoming in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah. Nice. So what's your favourite place to perform in? And if you don't say Dunedin, you're lying.
No, yeah, no. I actually, so, yeah, it would have to be 100% Dunedin. And it's because of the performing and, like I was saying earlier, the love from the community and just everything about it. But my second favourite place, I would have to say it's very random, but Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah, people probably think it'll be like Auckland or Wellington, but no, Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Yeah, my drag auntie Rita Menu puts on shows up there, and I've got Twisted Coven up there, and they're just an amazing drag scene in Hamilton in general that you wouldn't expect. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's a mix of the Auckland queens as well. They just travel in between both cities, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, no, for sure, it'll be Dunedin and Hamilton. Then I'll probably have to say Christchurch, my hometown.
You got to throw Christchurch
I
in
gotta
there,
put
right?
it in there. Oh, that's just rude. That's just plain rude of me.
But also more places in Christchurch for drag would be good.
Yes, 100%. Yes, my beautiful drag sister and Tony Chestnut, Cronopia, they are putting the drag scene up this year. They're
Amazing.
throwing more shows in there, so I'm excited to see that grow when I sadly leave. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, so maybe a slightly deeper question now. What does being trans and being part of the drag scene mean to you?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Well, when I drag, a lot of the time, I usually am always trying to represent just my community, always just trying to serve trans women, just serve high glamour womanness, I would like to say my drag is. And most of the time I wear black, that's just my colour. But when I do wear colour, I like to represent my community, my flag. I always will mostly do like pink, blue or white to represent my flag colours, etc. But yeah, I just represent my community in any way I can while I perform, yeah. Because when I first started doing drag, I used to do songs that it wasn't intentional at first. I didn't realize until I would like watch my videos back like a couple of months ago. My songs would be like about being a woman or something about womanliness, and I was like, I was always doing something like that. So I was like, yeah, always just representing the community, being trans, yeah.
What about you, Anne?
For me, it means that I have a place of community. Yeah. So I sometimes I honestly don't think too much about my transness in relation to my drag. It's just I'm trans and I do drag. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree on that as well. Yeah.
And so drag's just it's another place of community that I have as a trans person and as a queer person in general.
That's it. The whole thing is just about having a safe space, no matter who or what you are, you know?
Yeah, no, because in Christchurch, and I don't know, last time I've checked, and I'm always checking, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only trans woman performer in Christchurch that does any sort of drag or burlesque type of thing. So it is like, I would love to have a fellow trans sister and like the community up there. So that's why I do love coming to Dunedin, because I got my fellow trans brother here, and it's just great. It's always fun. Yeah. It's just it would be nice if some more trans people would just get up there and pop their pussy or whatever they want to do.
There are some times when I'm recording where I wish it was a video as well, particularly with you, because the little diva movements all the time, like to punctuate stuff, are just, it's
I
so
love
good.
when Sol does the
It's good. It is good. Sorry, I feel like I put you on the spot there, but it was, I like it.
I'm just out here doing
just
movement.
vibing.
Just being you, yeah.
Yeah, no,
We've
it
just
needs
got
to be on video, honestly.
a wee show going in the corner. I would like to do a video actually, but again, the admin. Of
Yeah, I thought for some reason it was also getting filmed as well. So that's why I was like, are we filming? And you're like, no, it's just recording. I was like, holy, I'm not looking my best today.
Yeah, well, it kind of takes the pressure off, right? It's like, you could come in your pajamas if you wanted to. I don't care.
Yeah, no, fully.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm in full drag right now.
Yeah, we're like, you guys, we're glammed up for the gods.
Yeah.
This mug took me 5 hours today.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So, you mentioned about moving, Alexis.
Yes.
What's coming up for you?
I am moving my little bum up to the North Island to Auckland. I'm excited. I've just got some opportunities coming up there later on this year, and just was the smartest decision to save me all the traveling back and forth. And I would love for this to become my full-time career, hopefully one day. Yeah, so just gotta take the opportunities when they come and just send it, yeah. Yeah, but I'm excited, happening around November time, because I'm doing Drag Fest this year, so it's kind of trying to work around then so I can be up there to rehearse as well. And yeah, it's just going to be a chaotic time when I first get up there, so wish me luck.
I'm sure you will do amazing.
Thank you.
Excellent. And what's coming up for you?
Oh my God. We have The Revolution back at yours. That is my monthly drag showcase where I try to get a nice good old spectrum of the drag from Ōtepoti and showcase it in one place while also trying to compensate my performers as adequately as possible. I try to make it a really revolutionary drag space in that sense. We're back at Inch Bar, first Friday of the month. I'm hosting that. And then Revolution again in September, October, November on the last Saturday of the month. September's Revolution will be the last time this year that I am hosting it because I will be going on hiatus to get top surgery. And so the October and November shows will be hosted by Cherry Cola.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yes, keep it in the family business.
Yes,
My
nice.
drag daughter.
I like it.
Yeah, and then when I'm all healed up, I'm going to come back to drag with a flat chest.
Oh, exciting.
And I'm going to have to buy a massive breastplate as well. Kind of want to get one with 3 boobs. Yeah.
I was going to say, you're going to go bigger than Deliria, but 3 boobs is, I like that.
Topping her out.
Yeah. Amazing. There's something else exciting coming up for
Oh,
you,
that's
isn't
right.
there?
October 18th, I am competing in anti-pageant. The alternative horror drag pageant up in Wellington. I'm very excited to make my Wellington debut and to do something extra nasty and filthy and horrific in drag because this is just really the perfect stage to bring out something particularly filthy and gross. And because it's a show someone else is putting on, I don't have to worry about admin. I just got to bring the nastiness. And so I just got some of my props in the mail yesterday, and yeah, things are coming along excellently. So come and see me be nasty and disgusting at Ivy Bar this
You
October.
watch out, Wellington.
Yeah,
That's my winner right there, Deliria.
Oh, God, top 3.
I am so excited. I got my ticket a couple of weeks ago and can't wait.
Yes, hopefully I will be up there around that time too. I'm just trying to
amazing.
shift things around so I can be there that weekend. But yeah, I have to get my ticket fast as they're selling out.
Yes, I think they are selling out. Yes. So far, I'm the only one I know that's going, but I don't care. I will be in the front.
Yes. Yeah, you'll be in the splash zone.
Excellent. I was on the Splash Zone last year as well. Bring it on. I saw some shit last year. It was amazing.
It looks phenomenal last year as well, with Amina in it. Yeah.
It was so good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Before we go, have either of you got one thing that you would say to baby drag performers wanting to come and play?
Just do it. Just do the drag. Just do the drag.
Yeah.
Reach out to your local drag performers and be like, what shows are coming up? What can I help out with? What can I be in? Like, don't just, even if there's not a spot to perform, ask if you can do doors or sound or lights or stage kitting. Because, that still gets you a ton of time to hang out with us. And I found that, for the people that consistently ask for those roles from me, I'm far more inclined to offer them a performance spot when they're actually, getting involved with the scene. So, get involved with your drag scene somehow. Come and whether you're performing or you're helping out, come and do something with us so that we get to know you and we get inclined to further get to know you and have you in the scene as a performer. Yeah.
I can speak to that. It works.
It works.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, Anne fully has said what I would have said myself. Get involved in your community, with your drag community, and don't be afraid to reach out to a local performer that you see online and be like, you never know. They might have a spot for you in a gig, or they might be producing a show, or they might help you with some tips, or tell you where they got this wig or this from, or help you how to do that and that, you know, yeah. Just don't be afraid to reach out, just get involved.
Yeah, as Anne says, no bathing, so smell, but friendly enough, we'll talk to you.
Exactly. We don't buy unless you want us to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me here. This has been amazing. I really enjoyed how open and
Well,
honest
thank you
you've
for
both
having
been.
me, hon.
Anytime. Can do remote episodes as well if you want to catch up once you've had your move.
Do that.
That could be fun.
Cool. Yes.
You can give us the tea on the Auckland scene.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
This show is kindly supported by the Rainbow New Zealand Charitable Trust. The Rainbow Umbrella theme song is by Paul S. Allen and Beth. Check them out on Spotify. New episodes of the Rainbow Umbrella are available every fourth Thursday on Otago Access Radio 105.4 FM, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you like to get your podcasts. Do you have an idea for an episode or something you would like to kōrero about? Get in touch at rainbowumbrellapod@gmail.com.